Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Guide Intel. This is Dr. Saib Singh. So the subject for today's video is going to be physiology. This is the second part or the second video or the last video for the subject. Whatever topics I'll be discussing in my video are also mentioned in my blog, the link for which is given in the description. So starting with the unit of cardiovascular system. In cardiovascular system, you should know the properties of cardiac muscle, which include definitions of rhythmicity or chronotropism, automaticity, conductivity or dromotropism, excitability or bathmotropism, contractility or inotropism. Mechanisms of systemic, pulmonary and coronary circulation has to be done in detail. The anatomy and mechanism of impulse transmission in cardiac conduction system should be done in detail. Electrocardiogram, that is ECG, you should know the definition, graph or diagram, clinical significance and values of P wave, QRS complex, T wave, PQ interval, ST interval and ST segment. In cardiac cycle, you should know the definition and value, that is at heart rate of 75 beats per minute, the cardiac cycle lasts for 0.8 seconds. Events in cardiac cycle, you should study the time value and 2 to 3 events of atrial systole, ventricular systole, also known as isovolumetric contraction, relaxation period, that or isovolumetric relaxation. You should also know that on which point of the ECG graph above phases of cardiac cycle are depicted with the diagrams. That is in ECG, as you know, there is a PQRST diagram, basic. So you should know that P wave stands for atrial depolarization. So that way you can depict that in the ECG diagram, because the ECG diagram is easier to draw also in your exams, so it will fetch you more marks also, and you can remember easily on that which is the part of ECG represents which phase of the cardiac cycle. The heart, coming to heart sounds, you should know the cause, that is the valves closing, which valves are closing and which valves are opening, and any 2 to 3 clinical significances of first heart sound, second heart sound, third heart sound and fourth heart sound. Coming to cardiac output, you should know the definitions and normal values of cardiac output and systolic volume and diastolic volume, ejection fraction, preload, afterload, stroke volume and cardiac reserve. And the factors affecting stroke volume, that has to be done in detail. Coming to blood pressure, the basic mechanism, classification, etc., that has been discussed in my blog and video regarding general medicine. It is a subject of third year, but the topic of blood pressure is the same, that is for physiology as well as general medicine. It is the same concept, so you can study from there. But the regulation of arterial blood pressure or the blood pressure, that has not been discussed in general medicine, so that I'll be discussing in this video in physiology. So there are 3 types of regulation, that is rapid or short term regulation, intermediate regulation and long term regulation. In rapid or short term regulation, you have to study about baroreceptor reflex, chemoreceptor reflex and CNS ischemic responses. You only need to know the mechanisms of these 3. In intermediate regulation, study about capillary fluid shift mechanism. In long term regulation, again there are 2 subtypes, that is direct and indirect. In direct, you should know about the renal body fluid shift mechanism, only the name. But in indirect, that is the renin angiotensin aldosterone system, RAAS mechanism, that has to be done in detail. Shock again, it has been discussed in the subject, the blog and the video regarding general surgery, which is a third year subject. Vessels, in vessels you should know the definitions and functions, any 1 to 2 functions of Windkessel or distensible vessels, resistance vessels, exchange vessels, capacitance vessels and shunt vessels. In regulation of heart rate, you should only study the mechanisms in brief, that is 4 to 5 points of local and systemic. In local regulation, there is autoregulation and myogenic theory. In systemic regulation, that is chemical or hormonal mechanism, and neural, that is autonomic and medullary mechanism. The next chapter is digestive system. In digestive system, you should know about saliva. Saliva is a very frequently asked long note in physiology as well as biochemistry. Since you have the physiology and biochemistry paper together in your final exam, so saliva should be studied in physiology as well as biochemistry. So brief outline, this can be applied to both the subjects I have mentioned over here and explained in this video. In saliva, you should know the definition and composition in detail, the mechanism of secretion, that is related to salivary gland and acini overlapping. This is the overlapping topic. This one, the mechanism of secretion, it's overlapping with general anatomy, your general histology and anatomy. So that has to be done in detail with diagrams. You should know the role of saliva in digestion and the functions of saliva in detail. At least 7 to 8 functions you should know. In regulation of secretion, you should study about the sympathetic and parasympathetic regulation of secretion of saliva in detail. You should know about this completes the saliva topic. Now then, in digestive system, you need to know the definition and significance of peristalsis and lower esophageal sphincter, that is LES. Swallowing or deglutition, you should know the definition and the stages in detail. In phases of digestion, you should just know the names, that is cephalic, gastric and intestinal. Coming to gastric motility, you should know the migrating myelectric complex or migrating motor complex MMC mechanism and motilin hormone in detail. Coming to gastric secretions, you should know the sources of gastric secretion that according to the parts of stomach, that is fundus body, etc. Location and the actions of HCl, hydrochloric acid, intrinsic factor, pepsinogen, gastrin and bicarbonate. In intestinal secretions, you should know the source, that is in intestine it is the crypts of Lieberkühn, enterocytes, goblet cells and Brunner's glands. Location and the actions of chloride and bicarbonate, peptidase, sucrase, maltase, isomaltase, lactase and lipase. Coming to pancreas, you should know that the secretions of pancreas are the highest alkaline secretions in the body. It contains the maximum bicarbonate and thus they have a pH of 8. You should know the names of the ducts of pancreas, that is the main and the accessory ducts. You should know the functions of acinar and ductal cells in pancreas. You should know about the functions of pancreatic amylase, trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase, elastase, pancreatic lipase, ribonuclease and nuclease. You should know that the enzymes that for digesting genetic material are only present in pancreas in the whole body. That is the ribonuclease and nuclease, the genetic material that can only be digested in the pancreas. It's a very important MCQ that can be asked. Then you should know the regulation of secretion of regulation of pancreatic secretions by secretin and the cholecystokinin, that is CCK. Coming to biliary secretion, you should know the definitions of bile acid and bile salts, the types and the names of bile acids and bile salts, enterohepatic circulation. Coming to gastrointestinal hormones, you should know the source and the actions of gastrin, cholecystokinin pancreozymin, that is CCK-PZ, secretin, gastrin insulotropic peptide GIPT, and gastrin releasing peptide, that is GRP. Coming to digestion and absorption, you should study the location in digestive system, where they are digested and absorbed, and the enzymes involved regarding carbohydrates, protein, fat, calcium, iron, electrolytes. Electrolytes used to study sodium and potassium. In carbohydrates, make sure to study about the functions of the carbohydrate transporters, namely 4, SGLT1, GLUT5, GLUT2 and SGLT2. The next chapter is endocrine physiology. You should know about study about the hypothalamic control over endocrine system, classification of hormonal receptors, intracellular signaling of hormones, that is primary and secondary messenger mechanism. Coming to pituitary gland, you should know the two types of cells in anterior pituitary and the names of hormones in anterior and posterior pituitary. The growth hormone of somatotropin, you should know the mechanism of action, that is JAK2 STAT pathway. JAK2 STAT pathway you don't need to study in detail, just know that this is the pathway by which the growth hormone is synthesized, that's it. But the actions of growth hormone on body, that has to be studied in detail. Then you should know the actions of thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropin hormone, antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin, melatonin and oxytocin. Coming to thyroid gland, you should know the cells of thyroid gland and the hormones released, that is by follicular cells and parafollicular cells. Follicular cells release thyroxine T4 and triiodothyronine T3, and parafollicular cells secrete the calcitonin. You should study the synthesis of thyroid hormone in detail with diagrams, and the functions of thyroid hormone and calcitonin also has to be studied in detail. Coming to parathyroid gland, you should know the types of cells, that is chief cells which secrete parathormone and oxyphilic cells, uh, and the calcium and phosphorus metabolism, that is effects of hormones PTH, vitamin D and calcitonin in calcium absorption and secretion. There is a chart given in most of the physiology books on calcium and phosphorus metabolism, so that has to be done in detail. Coming to adrenal medulla, you should know that the cells in adrenal medulla are chromaffin cells, and you should study about the functions of adrenaline and non-adrenaline. Coming to adrenal cortex, you should know the names of layers or ultrastructure of adrenal cortex. The most superficial is the zona glomerulosa, which produces mineralocorticoids. The middle is zona fasciculata, which produces the glucocorticoids, and the deepest is the zona reticularis, which produces the glucocorticoids and the sex hormones. Then you should know the names of mineralocorticoids and glucocorticoids and their functions in detail. Coming to pancreas, you should know the types of cells. There are 4. Alpha cells forming 25% of pancreas, which produce glucagon. Beta cells forming 60% of pancreas cells, which produce insulin. Delta cells forming 10% of pancreas cells, which produce somatostatin. F cells are less than 5% of pancreas cells, and they produce pancreatic polypeptide. You should know about the comparative functions of insulin and glucagon, basically the differences in functions of insulin and glucagon, as they are basically antagonistic to each other. And any one functions each of somatostatin and pancreatic polypeptide. An important MCQ, that insulin is the only sulfur containing hormone, that you should know. Next chapter is excretory system or renal system. You should know the basic structure of a nephron and juxtaglomerular apparatus with functions, mechanism of filtration and GFR, that has to be studied in detail with diagram. Functions of substances reabsorbed or secreted in the proximal tubule, distal tubule and loop of Henle should be studied in detail. Transport maximum of glucose is usually asked as a short note, so you should do that with the concept, the value and the graph. In countercurrent system, mechanism and the significance has to be done in detail with diagrams, and the functions of aldosterone, any 2 to 3 functions are very important. An important MCQ, in countercurrent system, Bowman's capsule contains isotonic urine, end of ascending loop of Henle contains hypotonic urine, and the loop of Henle itself contains hypertonic urine. So thank you so much for watching the video. This is the end of the second part, or the end of the subject of physiology. As I have mentioned, whatever topics have been mentioned in this video are also mentioned in my blog by the name of GuideDental, the link for which is given in the description. If you found this video to be useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel GuideDental for further updates. Thank you so much.